Lights, camera, and action. Welcome back to another episode of the Channel 135 podcast. This is the show we talk about our favorite things in life, movies, TV shows, and pop culture. My name is Cams, and I'm here with the also Eric. What's up, bro?
What's up, man? It's been a long time, eh?
Yeah, that's man. What was the last one we did? Maybe I think it was the review of the trailer for this. What we're going to talk about, eh?
Yeah, I think straight after Skeleton Crew.
That's right. Maybe no, it was. Yeah, it was after Captain Career. Yeah. So yeah, it's been a few weeks in between. There hasn't been any TV series to talk about after Skeleton Crew. But man, before we get into what we're going to talk about, did you see the? What do you think about the Endor season 2 trailer?
Bro, it looks pretty mean, eh? It looks a bit more hippie than the last season.
Yeah.
Last season was like hardcore, dramatic, political. This one looks a bit more out there. Like
I was thinking because you know, Force Awakens. What made it look different and cool, Force Awakens, was that when you saw the X-wing fighters and when you saw the action, it was on land, and it wasn't in space.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. And it, like for me, for Rogue One, when there were that ground war in on the planet Scarif, and it was a tropical.
tropical
planet, and you know they had the stormtroopers walking in the water and all that kind of stuff.
Cool.
Like that scenery is cool way, like putting Earth, like they're on Earth, like in the Pacific Islands or something. Put in the context of Star Wars. I thought that's pretty cool. And with the Endor season 2, when they see the stormtroopers in the cornfield, like that was pretty cool way at the farm and all that kind of stuff. So,
anywhere where you put a X-wing or the Empire's I forgot what they call them. The bad guys ships. Anywhere you put them on scenery, the TIE fighters, and the scenery like on Earth, and that man, it looks so cool. I don't know what it is. It just looks realistic. It looks pretty neat.
It looks down to earth.
yeah. That's it. Basically,
that's it. Yeah. But now that trailer for Endor 2 looks really promising there. I thought the first season was a good story, and if you're really into Star Wars, you really like Endor in terms of like an adult kind of drama, political drama, because that's what it was, a political drama. I thought when they were prisoners making those Death Star parts, it took 3 long episodes. I thought that was kind of boring. It was kind of dragging.
Yeah,
but that was important.
It was interesting.
Yeah, it was interesting, but it was an important story to tell for our hero. I forgot his name. What's his name? I forgot his name.
We'll have to review.
Yeah, we have to go back to it. Yeah, I can picture his face. He's the guy that's on Narcos. He plays the bad guy. But, Narcos Mexico, eh?
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
But yeah, just those images of Star Wars down on Earth, even though they're not Earth, they're like planets that have earthly things. And just coming back of those characters, like the bad guy on Rogue One, he's back, eh?
Yes.
So I'm wondering if Darth Vader will make an appearance. If Darth Vader will show up.
Yeah, well, because they showed there was a scene there with the Death Star, right? It's like to piece it together in outer space. So yeah, I'm sure he might turn up. Him and the Emperor.
Admiral Krennic, his name, yeah. Admiral Krennic.
I was surprised when I saw him. I was like, oh, they're putting him in already. Second season.
Yeah, but the imagery looks good. Looks more action-packed there.
Yeah, it does look like it looks more hip.
Yeah.
Even the score sounds a bit more like party-going. So I was like, what the hell?
Yeah, man, I'm looking forward to Endor season 2. Should be good. We need some more Star Wars, some good Star Wars stories that come out.
Yeah.
After the disaster of last year, bar Skeleton Crew, which was really good too.
Yeah, it's probably the only thing that was really good last year was the Skeleton Crew.
Yeah.
See how Star Wars goes this year. Endor's looking pretty good, so yeah, can't wait for that one. What else? So what have you been watching?
So man, I did this on Inside the Clip podcast.
Oh, okay.
I've been watching. So I named all the series I've been watching right now. So I've been watching The Pit.
Yes, the
That comes out on
hospital. Yeah.
Fridays. It's on Neon. Man, I love that show. Have you been watching it?
No, I haven't actually. I haven't been watching that.
It's good.
Yeah.
It's
But
if you like your programs like ER back in the days or Chicago Hope. ER was more of the emergency room and then the dramas between the characters. George Clooney. That's when George Clooney's got famous through ER. Those hospital dramas, like we got our own one here in New Zealand, Shortland Street, but that doesn't cut. That doesn't cut it. But you got ER, and then you got Chicago Hope, which I found was pretty good. I like Chicago Hope because that delved into the politics of a hospital or running a hospital. So they got characters that are really interesting. Like you got the boss of the hospital, and you got his lawyer. I forgot the actor's name, but he's the guy that played the bad guy on Ghostbusters 2. The guy that does the painting, the short guy.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, but he's the lawyer, and he was good, man. He had a good part. So Chicago Hope, that was one of my favorites. I actually watched Chicago Hope more than I did ER. But The Pit is produced and made from the people that wrote and produced ER. So and they even got the same doctor that was on ER in The Pit. So he plays the head of the emergency room, and it's interesting because there's 11 episodes, and it's an 11-hour shift. So each episode is 1 hour of that shift. So 11 episodes. We're on episode 9. So there's 2 more hours in the shift. So 2 more episodes. So but it's pretty cool because if you think of those medical dramas without the drama, i.e., without the sort of soap opera stuff between the staff.
Oh, you mean like the relationships and all that the dramas behind that?
Yeah, take all that out because there's none of that in there. It's just straight dealing with patients after patients, and instead of the dramas between the soap opera dramas between the staff, is the interactions between the staff trying to do their job, and under this hectic sort of it's a fucking hectic job environment, because there's emergencies every like half an hour or 20 minutes. People coming in with gunshot wounds, and people coming in with being blown up and stabbed and overdosed on drugs, and all kinds of people needing attention, and that comes from a country because it's all based in Pittsburgh. That's why it's called The Pit. So it's American city, right? So there's guns in America. There's a lot of people. So there's gonna be a lot of these emergency rooms, not like our emergency rooms in New Zealand. Like if you think how busy our emergency rooms are on a Friday night and a Saturday night, especially Auckland, especially Middlemore. Like if you think about all the people that get bottled in the head or get people that get beaten up, and imagine how busy that emergency room in Middlemore is on a Friday and Saturday night.
Yep.
And on The Pit, that's just a quiet day in America, And on top of that, you got the waiting room. You got all these people waiting for ages because they have to be put down in the list because when the emergency comes through, they take first priority.
Yeah.
So you can imagine the waiting room just kept on getting. If you're waiting to see a doctor in the waiting room, you keep on getting overtaken by all these emergencies that come every fucking 20 minutes, man.
It's funny how you explain the show, because it's going back to my experience at one time. I went to Middlemore, and we had to take one of my ex's one of her brothers to there because he smashed his arm, and we had to go all the way to Middlemore, and man, it was packed there in the waiting room. And it's amazing how many people you see there with a similar injury. Like there was like 3 or 4 people with the same injury. I couldn't believe it, and it was just like dramas galore.
Yeah,
and the nurses running back and forth, and I was going, "Oh my gosh, it's so busy in the weekend." But if it's The Pit, if it's a step up from that, fuck.
Oh yeah, man, there's a step up from that. This is like another day. Like this is like a Monday, or Tuesday or something. But the cool thing, what I described is what's happening, right? But the cool thing about this program is how realistic it all is. Like from even the doctors and the nurses, that work together to try and fix a patient as soon as they come through those doors, like through an ambulance drops them off. And it is hectic. It's crazy, man, because they're like, as say it's an emergency patient and the ambulance people are wheeling them in, and as they're wheeling the patient in, they're shouting what happened and shouting what it could be, like where's his injury and what it is, and then at the same time the doctors are around the guy or girl trying to figure out how to fix this person.
Yeah,
like, and it's all done real fast, and when they put them in the room they figure it out and they know what to do and they do it straight away. And it might be a minor surgery, it might be something else, but in the jargon they talk about, like, it's just so realistic. Hey man, and I saw like the making of it, and yeah, everything is real. Everything, they got real doctors to consult on the script, what to say and what happens. So everything is legit. Everything is actually what happens in the emergency room. It's really authentic. It's really interesting. That what's interesting about it is that you're seeing firsthand what it's like and what happens. Nah, it's really cool. You have to watch it, man. It's
yeah.
I wouldn't recommend binge watching that, because it's like, because I'm glad that I'm watching that in real time, because I'm watching it every week. Like, new episode comes out every Friday, and I'm watching it as it goes, as the hour goes. If you were to watch it all at once, you'll be like so sick of it. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
it would be too much.
I remember all my times I've been binge watching, like especially Games of Thrones. I wish I took my time with it, but because I was so far behind, and I binged like probably a season in a month or something like that. I appreciate shows now, but if I just watch it as it comes out, every week, I appreciate the show a bit more. So I try not to binge watch, but yeah, I need to watch that bit because I've been hearing so much, not only from you, but from my family members as well. They've been telling me about it as well, so I need to jump on that show.
I just put it up here on the IMDb, and the synopsis is: the daily lives of healthcare professionals in a Pittsburgh hospital as they juggle personal crisis, workplace politics, and the emotional toll of treating critically ill patients, revealing the resilience required in their noble calling. Yeah, man. So recommend it. It's good. It's good. It's a good program. The other program we're watching is I started with Reacher. I'm up to episode 3. See, season 3, Reacher season 3. I'm up to episode 3. That's good. I like it. I like it better than last season.
Yeah, I'm actually enjoying this season.
He's the man, ain't
he? Yeah, because he's on his own again.
Yeah,
and yeah, it's turning out really good. It's going back to how the first episode was, kind of. But this one, really, the stakes are pretty high.
I mean, we should podcast that. Really, that's a good series. What episode are you up to?
I think the last episode.
Is it finished already? Is all of them in there?
No, it's not. It's not finished. I think I can't remember if it's the 3rd or the 4th episode. I'm watching so many TV shows all at once. I'm getting confused.
Yeah.
It's not only Reacher I've been watching. I've been also watching. I kind of like my there's cop shows. So one cop show I've been watching is The Rookie. It's like it's about a 40-year-old cop that a 40-year-old that becomes a cop. So the rookies usually start when they're in their 20s, but this guy started like in his late 40s.
Yeah.
So he's got his life experience that he brings to being a police officer. But yeah, it's all fun and games. I mean, it's not fun and games. Sorry, it's like a bit of a drama. It's all right. I enjoy it. But man, there's like so many seasons, and I think I'm only up to season 3. So I've been watching that. I've been watching High Potential.
Filippo's been watching that. He was talking about that as well.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
No, I enjoy it. There's some kind of hip stories on there. It's pretty cool. I've been watching High Potential on Disney. It reminds me of The Mentalist. It's about a cleaning lady. Apparently, she has a very, photographic memory. She can remember things if she's just seen them once. She's one of those repetitive type of people. But yeah, that's crime drama as well and comedy. So that's all right. And got the Daredevil, Reacher, Invincible. I think season 4. Yeah, I've been watching a bit of that. I still enjoy that show, man. It is still fucking brutal. Every time it just keeps getting higher and higher. Like the gruesomeness, and it's super grisly. I've been meaning to get onto that 1923 Yellowstone, the Harrison Ford. I think they've already put out an episode of that. Finished off Cobra Kai finally, because they just did the finale on that. That was, to me, it's still a bit childish. Like, it has that kind of feature for the kids kind of thing. But it was alright. It was good. I think it was a good ending to Lawrence, getting his dream win that he couldn't get with Danielson. What else have I been watching? Also checked out the anime Spider-Man. Fuck, that's pretty mean on Disney. It's quite
I watched that. That's a reimagining, eh?
Yeah, it's like another. It's kind of like a new hip Spider-Man for today's generation.
Yeah, because the way he gets changed into Spider-Man is different, eh?
Yeah, it's a lot different.
Yeah,
I can see that because they can actually make that as an alternate universe, since they're doing that with all the other Spider-Men. And then how they're going to incorporate that with Miles Morales. So,
I like the animation of it. The animation looks cool, eh?
Bro, the animation's off the chain.
It's a different style of animation, eh? It's like a old school.
Yeah, it's like comic.
Actual comic art, eh?
Yeah, because even I noticed it too. It's like comic art. It's like watching a comic book alive.
Yeah.
So with the soundtrack, that's pretty mean. I like the intro. So yeah, I've been watching a few shows here and there. And,
I haven't started 1923 yet.
Yeah, neither.
I'll probably start it after I finish Reacher. Yeah. But yeah, I've been watching Reacher. I've been watching the White Lotus. So I like the White Lotus. Although this season is probably my least favorite at the moment so far.
Yep.
I think there's 4 more episodes to go. Yeah, 4 more. 4 more episodes to go. Yeah, it stars Patrick Schwarzenegger, Arnold's son.
Schwarzenegger.
Yeah, Arnold's son. He's in it. He plays a dickhead. But no, have you been watching any of the White Lotus?
No, I haven't actually. I've seen the previews and stuff, but I've been shying away from it. I haven't actually sat down and had a crack.
Yeah, it's interesting. Remember when I used to talk about that program Industry?
Yes.
TV series Industry. It's a bit like that, but the tone of it, the how Industry is like R18. Well, this is R18. Like it's the same level of of that stuff, the adult stuff. Yeah. On all series, but it's interesting. It's good storytelling. It's good storytelling. It's based upon the White Lotus. So the White Lotus is a chain of resorts around the world, and each series is at a different resort. So it's different characters. So it's about the rich people that go stay at these resorts, and you just follow them that 1 week they're there, and it usually ends in a death at the end, or there's some drama at the end. But there's a social commentary with the rich people, and and all that kind of stuff. But it's good. It's good story. It's good storytelling, and the results are mean, man. It makes you want to go there. Like season 2, I thought that was the best one. Season 2, and they were in Italy. They were in Sicily at a resort. It was on a cliff. Look flash as, look nice, man. Makes you want to go. So season 1, they're at the White Lotus Resort in Hawaii. Season 2, they're in Sicily. Season 3, they're in Thailand. So yeah, those are the programs I've been seeing. But
what was your last film did you watch?
Tina. I went to watch Tina on the weekend.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
I haven't watched it yet.
Supposed to do a review with the boys.
Oh, yep.
Yeah. Or whoever's seen it was the review.
Well, if I get a chance tomorrow, I might go check it out. I'll go watch it. And I think the last movie I watched, Captain America.
Yeah, I see it's on Disney Plus now.
Yeah, Brave New World.
You can watch it.
It's not that great, but it's a good stepping stone for Marvel this year, I think. Where they're heading to with the multiverse, because it looks like it's gonna get crazy. Like, man, it looks crazy. So we'll see how it goes with Marvel, because with DC doing their step up with Superman this year, which I can't wait for. So see how it goes this year.
Yeah, because Fantastic Four is gonna come out, I think, 4 weeks after Superman.
Yeah, that looks even better. I'm starting to see where, because Fantastic Four, it looks like it's set in the 19 something or other. Like it's not the year. It's not our present time. Looks like it's back in the 60s. Because the way how they talk and stuff is kind of weird. It's like, oh, that's not the kind of lingo we talk. How we talk today. But so it must be a different timeline. So probably know a bit more once the movie comes out.
Yes, should we get into some Daredevil? So, Daredevil Born Again started last week on Wednesday, came out on Disney Plus, and it's not so much. It's not a reboot. Oh no, there's actually a reboot, but it's not a remake. It's a reboot because they use the same characters. Because I figured you can't remake a series if you're using the same actors, right? It'll just confuse everyone, right? So you can't really start again. But I'm glad they did it that way because
it's under new ownership now, right?
Yeah, it's owned by Marvel Studios now. But yeah, you can't get away from Charlie Cox. I reckon he makes a cool Daredevil way, and the way he looks, his face, especially with his when he has unshaved, when he's unshaved and his glasses, he looks like the comic book, man. He's like the drawing on the comic book, and so he suits that part. Him and Vincent D'Onofrio, who plays Wilson Fisk Kingpin, like, man, he is spitting image in his face, spitting image of the comic book Kingpin.
And it's not only that, it's not only his image, it's like how he acts.
Yeah.
And the stuff he does with his fingers.
Yeah.
Like how he's just standing there and he's contemplating something. And it's like, fuck, man, that guy's got it down to the T. He's the Kingpin. Like, man, if I imagine the Kingpin, it would be him.
Well, they nailed the casting, man. They nailed the casting when they casted Vincent as Wilson Fisk, because, man, he looks exactly like him. He just needs to be bigger, but you can't do that. Even Charlie Cox as Daredevil, he's good, man. He looks like Matt Murdock.
Yep.
And yeah, man, just give it up to the casting, for getting these two on board, because I think really in the comic books, Kingpin and Daredevil, they are like arch rivals, I mean, Kingpin's arch rival to a lot of characters in Marvel. Spider-Man as well.
Yes, I
remember that. He shows up as a crime lord all the time in the comic books, and he's always the mastermind behind the street level stuff, right? Daredevil's superhero arch rival is Bullseye. So Bullseye will be like the henchman, arch rival to Daredevil, but the mastermind will be Kingpin. So that dynamic, it makes sense for Kingpin to be in the series, be the main bad guy. But man, I just want to talk about the look of this new series, Daredevil Born Again, because to me, there's a big difference in what I'm watching now and what I remembered from the Netflix series, the 3 seasons we got out of Netflix. And I think the thing that strikes me the most is that there's a lot of daytime scenes, in the series, versus all the nighttime scenes we see in the last 3 episodes over Netflix. But that's the first thing. But then I remember the first 3 seasons, it was pretty dark in tone. You sort of get it here, but not as much. And I think it's just still a build up. I mean, the first 2 episodes are free. They don't want to give us too much right? So it's sort of like a setup for the rest of the season. So to me, yeah, I think it's supposed to be like that. I think it's supposed to, yeah, it looks different. I think the tone is different because we're sort of starting from scratch, and I'll explain it when we get to the spoilers. But I think it's without changing a lot from the Netflix stuff. It works. They've done enough to make it their own, to put the Marvel Studios footprint on it. You know, the stamp on it. Just to say that, look, we're not the Netflix show anymore. We are Marvel Studios. We're going in this direction. We're making sure that this looks like a brand new thing, but still keeping the old stuff.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Agreed.
How about you?
Yeah, I kind of, especially with the CGI, I was hoping. I mean, I think I was hoping or not hoping, but I was hoping it wouldn't be too heavy in the series because I remember watching She-Hulk and how they made the Daredevil move in that, and the CGI with because they used the same actor as well. They kind of Marvel's CGI, it looks kind of flimsy. It doesn't look that great. And I saw a bit of that on the first episode, and I was like, like, oh no. So I was like, I don't know, but
So you questioning the CGI?
Yeah, well, because Marvel's CGI is not that great, man. It's not that great
compared to Star Wars,
bro. Yeah, it's weird how Star Wars is so much better, so much upgrade version from Marvel. If you watch all the Marvel superhero movies, you can tell. If you watch them all and you watch them properly, because I have an animated eye because I play a lot of video games, but in seeing some of the movements and some of those movies, and even some of the scenes are just stupid. But yeah, we'll talk about it when we get to that. Obviously, when I saw the first couple of scenes, I was like, "Oh, this is definitely Marvel." I mean, hopefully it gets better, but yeah, Marvel definitely has their own type of tone, like you were saying. There's a lot more day scenes on here, even there's not many night scenes here. But anyway, saying that we're only 2 episodes in, so we'll see how it goes. Even the intro is different, but I'm not gonna get too much into that. Apart from that, it still looks like the same show, kind of. Apart from the CGI, how they got the Daredevil moving and stuff, because you didn't really see him move in the old series. Because I just had a quick look through season 2, which is one of my favorites in the past Daredevil show. Because obviously the Punisher turns up in season 2, so and I just had a quick run through and watching that and remembering what I've watched on Born Again, it doesn't seem like it's 2 separate shows. It still feels like the same show. So yeah, I think Marvel's done the right thing. It's awesome.
So yeah, there's more story because you don't see Daredevil much in the first 2 episodes. I mean, you see him, but it's not like he's not there at all. You don't see him in uniform at all in episode 2, right? So there's more story. There's a lot of story going on. There's a lot of setting up the table, so to speak, with with building these characters up and giving these characters a position where they can, where we as the audience can see and know where they're starting from. And I think with Matt Murdock, they have to sort of get him at a place where you can explore him as an individual. And I'll explain that when we get to the spoilers. But yeah, man, I enjoyed the first 2 episodes. I thought that, it's intriguing that they have to sort of tell the story, like what's happening in America right now with a certain president and his popularity, sort of thing. Like, yeah, it's all interesting. But in saying that, there wasn't a comic book before that happened. So so we talked about the name of the TV series Born Again, which is a famous Daredevil story written by Frank Miller back in the 80s. And that pretty much put Daredevil on the map. So Daredevil was Marvel's answer to Batman. And as I said before, the Born Again storyline is a story about how Kingpin destroys Matt Murdock to a point where Matt Murdock is homeless, got no job, has no one, and is down in the dumps. So he realizes that, because he doesn't know how it will happen, until he finds out it was the Kingpin, and then he realizes that and he goes and confronts him. And that's the end of it, because Born Again is how Daredevil Matt Murdock gets to be nothing, and then he's born again, starting from scratch, right? So it's, some of that storyline in the Born Again comics was actually in season 2 and season 3. So it would make sense to have it again in this one, in this Born Again. So I think Born Again is just referring to Daredevil Born Again into the Marvel Studios rather than Born Again, the Frank Miller storyline.
Yeah.
If you know what I mean. Because the storylines that we are seeing now in Born Again with Kingpin, that storyline, you see it on the trailers, so it's not a spoiler. Kingpin is mayor of New York. That's the actual storyline in the comic books. So it's not, they didn't make it up out of nowhere. It's it is a proper story. So they are using the Born Again title, but it's not necessarily the Born Again, the Frank Miller story. So in saying that, should do some spoilers, man.
Yeah. Yep. You know how we were saying it's not the actual Frank Miller story? Imagine if it was, eh?
Oh, mate.
That would be brutal.
It will be. Because, man, I love Kingpin, man, because he kills, he can kill you for no reason. Like, he'll kill anyone that sort of looks down on them.
Yeah.
And he does it just like that. Like, he'll kill someone on the spot. Like one of his men. Like if they failed something, or something like that.
Yeah, there's a particular thing that I found a crack up about the Born Again with this Kingpin, but yeah, we'll get into it. We'll get into that.
Yeah. Okay. So we're going to spoilers. Just gonna do a quick recap of episode 1, Heaven's Half Hour, directed by Aaron Moorhead and Justin Benson, written by Dario Scarbapani. Released March 4th, 2025. While out celebrating the Associate Cherry's retirement, Matt Murdock, Foggy, and Karen Page are ambushed by Bullseye. Foggy is killed in the attack, causing an enraged Murdock to drop Bullseye off the roof. A year later, Matt Murdock has retired as Daredevil and partnered with former District Attorney Kirsten McDuffie. Karen has moved to San Francisco, and Bullseye is given a life sentence for his crimes. Kirsten sets Murdock up with a date with therapist Heather Glenn, and the two hit it off. After gaining enough signatures with his wife Vanessa's support, Wilson Fisk decides to run for mayor of New York City on an anti-vigilante campaign. While meeting with Murdock, Fisk assures him he was not involved in Foggy's murder and kept his promise to not hurt Murdock's friends. When Murdock warns Fisk that he will retaliate if he steps out of line, Fisk counters that there will be consequences if Murdock resumes his activities as Daredevil. On the second date with Heather, Murdock learns that Fisk has won the election. While celebrating his victory, Fisk reveals to Vanessa he learned she cheated on him. And that's episode 1. We'll just talk about that first. So I think, when you're talking about CGI, you're talking about the first bit, how he was jumping on the rooftops.
Yeah.
That looked like stop animation to me.
Yeah.
It didn't look right, eh?
Nah, it didn't. Because even that part where he lands his landing and you see him standing there, that even looked a bit off too. I mean, the initial, when he was getting to that position, it looked it just looked whacked. Especially the scene when they have him and Bullseye are in the bar, in Josie's bar. And the smoke grenade, bro, seriously? How much smoke do you need in the animation? I was like, what the hell? The smoke grenade was like taking over the whole scene almost.
Well, we've seen those action shots before in Daredevil. There's one shot, camera moving, and they're fighting around in the background and coming off screen, coming back into screen, still fighting. But it's one of those Where's Wally type scenes where you have to look every corner of your screen to see what's going on, because while Bullseye and Daredevil are punching each other, Bullseye is throwing stuff and trying to hit people around him at the same time. Hey, man, so it's funny because it was in a packed bar, a pub in town. So and poor Foggy. What were you shocked when Foggy died?
Nah, actually, to tell you the truth, I wasn't shocked. I was kind of happy because I was getting sick of the character, bro. Really? I was getting sick of Foggy, especially in season 2, man. I thought someone shot him then, but nah, actually, I was happy that he was. I was like, whoa! I was shocked that they went that route, but I was like, yeah, kill that bastard.
Because it's interesting to me because this is a new Daredevil using the old stuff, right? Like they like Charlie Cox is back and they can't really start again with the same actors. So, but you can kill off actors that serve their purpose in the last 3 series. I mean, because if you think about Foggy and Karen, they're sort of after that scene, the first 20 minutes, Karen lives in San Francisco. Foggy dies. These two characters who were part of the supporting cast in the last 3 episodes have they've done their parts, right? You can't really write more for these characters into the story anymore. So, they kill off Foggy because I think Foggy has always been the guy on Matt Murdock's shoulder saying, don't do this.
Bro.
He's like the angel.
He's doing little shit.
He's like the angel, telling Matt he's got a second opinion sort of thing.
Yeah.
So he's been doing that for the last 3 seasons, and you might find it annoying and other people might too. But that's what his purpose was. He was Matt Murdock's friend, and his yes to Murdock's no, or his no. He was the no to Murdock's yes. He was the conscience on the shoulder.
And so it never showed more apparent than in season 2, bro. I just wanted to strangle that character.
But that's our friends too. And he's loved. He's loved. So what happens when you get him out of the picture? So he gets killed. He's out. Now you've got Murdock by himself. Now we can concentrate on Murdock as a person, how he deals without having anything talking to him on the shoulder. Now Foggy's out of the picture. Karen's out of the picture. We focus on Matt Murdock himself, and we'll see how that goes. And we can see a year later, he's sort of come out of Hell's Kitchen. He's not he's not got his rundown office, and he's got a flash new office now. He's like, in the Manhattan. He's like a legit law firm. He's part of a legit law firm. It's a flash office. He's out of the streets. He's out of the little sort of private investigator office in the hallway, right? So he's big time. He's corporate now. He's not doing the street cases anymore. He's doing the top cases now. So he's changed. And to me, I find that that is probably not him. Like, he made the decision when Foggy died to not be Daredevil anymore.
Yeah.
To let the law handle it, and and he's sort of moved forward in his life to be a corporate dude, right? A rich corporate dude. That wasn't even him. He didn't want all that in the last 3 series, right?
Yeah.
So he's doing the opposite. So as an identity, I think he's lost his identity. I think he's lost his identity. Matt Murdock is... When you see Murdock now, you go, hey, what happened to the rundown office you used to have? What happened to... I thought you were one of us, man. I thought you were the man of the streets,
Yeah, I guess he won't be hanging out at Josie's bar anymore.
Yeah, exactly. No, that's what I'm talking about. Yeah, exactly. Those are not Josie's bar sort of where he's at.
Yeah.
That's the cocktail lounge.
Vibes.
that's going to the cocktail lounge up downtown or something like that. Having a cigar at the, with all the rich people. He's that kind of guy now, and I think that's the kind of style. That's the kind of thing Foggy wanted.
Yeah,
and he told Foggy he didn't want that. He didn't want all that fancy stuff. He wanted to help the people from the streets. He wanted to help just the average Joes.
Yeah.
That's why he didn't want a flash office. He wanted just a rundown office, like an office to work from. And Foggy was the one that wanted the big time office, Manhattan styles and all that. So it's funny how it's changed, and that's pretty interesting for the character of Matt Murdock, like where he is, because a year later, after Death for Foggy, he's completely changed. He's gone away from probably what he valued. His Matt Murdock's values, he's gone away from that. Because I think by getting rid of Daredevil, he has to get rid of who he was as Matt Murdock as well. You know what I mean? So I think that's great story writing, man. I think that's great writing. Because we're gonna see if he's gonna come back down to earth when he does put on the Daredevil costume again. And we might see that too, because at the end of episode 2, he beats up those crooked cops. You know, he screams in the room because, you know, he's back. He's like, fuck, I don't want to be back, but I'm back. You know, that's what the scream meant to me.
Yeah. I think for me it was like, fuck, all this shit, I just want to get it out. Fucking assholes.
Nah, but I think he realizes he needs to don the costume again.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just to find out who these cops were, who they were working for. But yeah, man, that was episode 2. But yeah, what did you make of the character of Matt Murdock in episode 1? Like where he's at?
Yeah, I think you got a great take on it, because he's definitely not the same Murdock that we know, especially without Karen and Foggy around. So him on his own, it'll be interesting to see. But he looks absolutely, like, I think mentally he looks fucked. He looks a bit not all there. So see how that carries on. And obviously after episode 2, like I'm sure he wasn't supposed to do what he did, but you know, the situation got out of hand real fast. So I think he did that on purpose by staying there. Well, we'll get to that episode and we'll talk about it. But he could have done it in a different way. If it was the other Murdock, you know, the Murdock that we know, he'll probably just would have already left. But he chose to stay there and take those guys on head on. So that's saying something, and we'll see how that progresses. He'll probably stumble down the hill as far as he can go, and hopefully he can pull himself back up. Yeah. No, it looks that the first episode was good, apart from the CGI. Their fight up the stairs, there was a bit of a laugh, especially when some of the people in the bar closed the door on them, and you had all that, how the power went out and all that smoke, and then they collapsed through the door. And I think, did you see the lady on the on the left hand side? She tried to smoke over a bullseye.
Yeah.
And then he just throws the pool balls on the table, and he was throwing it in her face. I think he killed her. I was like, what the hell? He kept her throwing knives on the Daredevil.
Yeah.
I was like, holy shit. And all the way up the stairs, and that was pretty cool. It kind of reminded me of the old school takes that they did on the fight scenes on the Netflix TV series. Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised if Wilson Fisk planned all this. I wouldn't be surprised. He would have. I wouldn't be surprised if they revealed that he did.
Yeah, my take on Wilson, because he's also a different. He's also changed himself, and I don't know if you've watched Echo or finished it, because there's a reason why he's changed because of that. Yeah. Oh, yeah, he looks totally. He's not the same Kingpin that we knew before. So obviously he hasn't hit anyone yet. I was like, come on, man, strangle somebody. But yeah, no.
I think the timing is everything for the series. To use the storyline of Wilson Fisk becoming mayor of New York City. Yeah. Because of what's happening in America with Trump and all that. Because it's a similar sort of thing, eh? Like, if you look at like his staff, Wilson Fisk staff, when he was they're looking at the ratings.
Yeah.
And all the young people on social media, they love them, eh? The old people, they didn't, because it was revealed that his wife needed to be in the picture more.
Yeah, they wanted a more traditional stance with the you have a wife, a family, kids, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, that's right.
Because that's what the old people are into. A family man that can, a working family man, to be as mayor. One of the staff members on this team, I think the character's name is Daniel Blade, and that guy's got a new kind of hip, because he's part of that generation.
Yeah,
he's got that kind of ballsy, like Italian type style, and that's isn't that Thing's son?
James Gandolfini.
Yeah, it's got that kind of Italian like spit in him. I enjoy his character. It's pretty neat. He's not too sure whether he's on the right side with working for Fisk, but he's trying to do his best. I like the character already.
Michael Gandolfini, his name.
I just remember his name. I don't know why, but I remember that particular character.
Yeah, I mean, if you look at the whole Donald Trump thing, the way he's going about his presidency, he's the guy that's talking to the average Joe in America, right? He's talking their language. He's like saying, "I'm going to do this," and he does it, right? And this is sort of that same campaign Kingpin is doing in this series. Like it's mimicking probably the landscape of the political landscape of what is happening in America right now, with the average Joe's voting for Donald Trump. Donald Trump is talking to them directly. This is what Kingpin is. This is how he wins his campaign, to become mayor of New York. He does the same thing. And Daniel Blade, the character, he's the one that sort of points it out. Hey, he's the one that's saying that. Oh man, everyone loves you. You're like the new thing. You're like hip and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, like you're trending on IG and all this. But what's the he was saying something that everybody was chanting or some shit like that. But yeah, that guy brings a new kind of vibe to the kind of hip and young. I especially like the scene where they're sitting on the bridge and there's a hole on the bridge, and you can see Fisk is getting a bit annoyed, like, what the hell's going on?
Yeah.
How come we're still in this traffic jam? We should be moving. And Daniel's like, oh, there's a hole in the in the road. We'll get around it soon. And then Fisk is like, fuck this. And he jumps out of his truck and then he's looking at the guys at the roadworks. He's like, hey, come here. And then he gets them to go and at the exact moment and fix up their road. And I was like, holy shit, this guy. But he used that as a campaign publicity, Like everybody's with their phones and shit, and they see that, and he goes explaining how he's gonna fix the city and he's gonna do it and do it now and all that hoorah. It's like shit. So yeah, like you're saying with Trump and that, it's funny how the show is putting this on because it kind of it all works together. Everybody still has that in their head, but with the show and that, it looks really good in the direction they're taking with this.
When Matt gets set up with his date with Heather Glenn, she's a therapist, and they sort of meet at the cafe, and Matt thinks that that's a potential client, and Heather thinks that this is another guy that needs my therapy sessions, but it's not. It was just a hookup. That was just a hookup from Kirsten, but man, just that, like in the comic books, Matt Murdock's had quite a few different girlfriends.
Yeah,
he's never like settled down with anyone. It's not like he's a ladies' man or anything. It's just he hasn't settled down, and he's had different girlfriends over the years, like through the comic books, like Karen Page. It's probably one of his earlier ones. Then Heather Glenn is an actual one as well. But man, I wonder if. But you know what? I was thinking with the powers he has, with the radar, like you can't really lie to him, eh? You can't really lie to him. You can feel your heartbeat. So man, that's an advantage for anyone he wants to hook up with, eh? He'll know. Yeah. He'll know, eh? He'll just use his radar and see the blood pressure going up if they say something, eh? Or their heartbeat Heart beats faster.
Where were you last night?
Shit.
And you go, I was just doing the washing. And you can sense the heartbeat. Oh no, this bitch is lying. Oh man.
Shit.
That's probably the reason why he's had so many girlfriends.
Yeah, man, because he knows, because he knows, man, he can just pick up anyone up. Like, if you just know automatically if this girl's into him or not, and you wouldn't even go there, eh?
Yeah. Unlike Karen, because Karen knows him, eh? Karen knows that he's the daredevil.
Yeah.
So she probably have to try and do some kind of emotional training.
But I think they're still fucking anyway. I think, because remember she says, "Oh, where we gonna go? Like, let's go." Like,
Yeah.
I was like, "Oh, I think these guys are still fucking, man."
And then after all of that, no, thank you.
Yeah. So yeah, we'll see. It's interesting that Hillary Glenn, so she's a therapist. She's now the therapist of Wilson and Vanessa now, eh? So
yeah, I don't
see
know
where that goes.
I wonder if that was purposely done, because it looks like it. Like you see, Wilson's assistant when he comes to the one of her book shows, and he's like, he's smiling in that, and getting the autograph from her. So I don't know if that was purposely done by him or even probably by Vanessa, because how we see her, she's at the table of the heads of the family, and she's now apparently she's taken over Kingpin's empire, so she's running shit now, and the men seem to respect her a lot more than they're not scared. They're not scared of her. They look like they want to do the work. As for Kingpin, they still look a bit edgy. And Kingpin looks like he doesn't want to have any part of it. He doesn't want any part of that world anymore. And I don't know if that's because in Echo, one of her powers Echo has is to heal pain, and she did that to Wilson. So she healed his heart, and then she healed his trauma, some of the shit that he was going through in his. Like, I think the dad used to beat his mom up or something like that. And she healed some of that trauma in his mind. So it kind of made him confused because he didn't know what was up and what was down after the end of Echo. And falling in after the end of Echo, he, on his way back to New York, he sees the campaign for the MP for New York City. And he starts taking interest, and that's where it lifts off. And until you see Born Again, then he's actually going for it. He got the 25,000 signatures that he needed to, and then he actually won. So, but he's not the same dude. He's totally different. And you can see that, and Vanessa's like, shit, where's this guy's boss? He lost his boss somewhere. He went to go sell his $7 and came back a pussy.
So do you think that's the reason why he's running for mayor? Because there's that scene in episode 2 when he talks to the police commissioner at the funeral.
Yeah.
And the police commissioner is saying, "What the fuck are you doing, man? You're shit, man. What are you doing being this mayor for? You're a killer, you're a murderer, you're a crime boss. What the hell is all this? What are you doing, man?" And he berates him, and Kingpin just stands there, sort of smirks, but just stays there and takes it in. But that's what I mean, man. The comic book Kingpin, he wouldn't fall for that kind of stuff. He'll keep it as a grudge, and he'll kill. He's gonna kill that guy, man. He's gonna kill that police commissioner. I know he's blackmailed him, but he will do more than that. He'll kill him, man.
Yeah, even when he finds out about the wife having an affair, the old Kingpin would have already killed the guy and told the wife, I know about you and Andrew. And then she'll be saying, is he still alive? Not saying, please don't kill him.
So what's with his fists? His fists are like got blood on it.
Yeah, that's the part I don't get. Like,
so maybe that's Adam. He beat up Adam.
Yeah.
Killed him.
Hopefully he didn't kill him. What's his wife will be upset.
So on episode 1, what do you make of the last scene with Matt Murdock and Fisk talking in the cafe? Because there are a lot of Heat vibes with Robert De Niro and Al Pacino talking in the cafe in Heat.
Yeah.
That famous scene.
Yeah, it kind of reminded me a little bit about that. But yeah, that was another good scene. I preferred the one with Kingpin and Commissioner. That was crack up. But yeah,
that was a good scene because it actually got these two characters, these two rivals, to tell each other where they are.
Yeah.
At that moment.
Yeah.
So it was confessed like, hey, I'm the mayor and I don't like vigilantes. If you ever put on your costume, you're going down. And Matt Murdock goes, well, I know I don't know if you're doing this because you want to help the city. I know who you are. If you get out of the line, you're going down.
Yeah, yeah.
So they both had their, and that's similar. That's like what happened at the end of conversation on Heat.
Yeah.
Right. With Al Pacino and Robert De Niro. Like they left that meeting at the cafe knowing where each other stands. Like, I'm gonna find you and I'm gonna arrest you if you takes down scores. And Rob De Niro goes, well, if you're on the way between me and freedom, you're going down.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So it's okay. We know where each other are. Better not do it. And that's what Kingpin and Matt Murdock agreed upon.
Yeah.
Well, we know where we stand. If you get in line, you know what's gonna happen. If I put on my costume, I know what's gonna happen. Sort of thing.
Yeah.
So maybe that's why he was screaming at the end because I put on my costume.
True that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like the colors they were using too on the final end scene where it has Wilson on a building and all that blue, and then you have the Matt somewhere in New York City and all that red light. It's crack up. It was pretty mean though.
Maybe that guy that was drawing Wilson Fisk as the serial killer, Muse. He's supposed to be in this.
Yeah, I think he's the sick kid that was getting the book signed by
must have been there. Yeah.
He was like the sick guy that was like, I need help.
Okay, that was episode 1. We'll head over to episode 2. It's called Optics, directed by Michael Cusetza, written by Matt Corman and Chris Ord. Matt decides to represent Hector Alea, who was accused of assaulting and killing an undercover cop named Shanahan. In reality, Hector fought Shanahan and his associate Powell to stop them from beating a man named Nick Torres, unaware that the pair were corrupt police officers. Before Shanahan tripped and fell in front of the moving subway car. With Cherry's help, Murdock discovers Hector is the vigilante White Tiger, who took justice into his own hands after Daredevil's disappearance. While attempting to improve his optics during the first days as mayor, Fisk learns from Ben Urrich's niece, young journalist Bibi, that New York Police Department NYPD Commissioner Gallo, who is well aware of Fisk's criminal past, is poised to resign in protest of Fisk becoming mayor. Fisk threatens to expose Gallo's infidelity to force him back into office. To deal with the pressures of the press, he and Vanessa start attending couples therapy and Heather as their therapist. Matt Murdock tracks down Torres and helps him escape from other corrupt officers. He beats them up and screams. So what do you think of this episode?
He beats them up. Silly, I think he murdered them. he definitely cracked that guy's neck, man.
Yeah.
I was like, holy shit. Not even 10 seconds in. Like, bro, that guy's got... Yeah. Yeah, that episode's moving the story along. Yeah, that was good.
Well, it was the first episode with Fisk as full mayor, He's the mayor of New York now. So we're sort of getting the feel of what it's like to be in the office. And he's up to his old tricks with his blackmailing of the police commissioner.
Yeah, well, he had to. I think that was the only move he had. Trying to keep things stable while he tries to figure out what he wants to do. It looks like he generally wants to help the city, but help it in his own way. Like in what he's good at. So yeah, I don't know. We'll see how long that lasts. But obviously with his blackmailing the commissioner, I was thinking, oh shit, he's going back to his old style. But it looks like Vanessa's more the Kingpin now than he is.
She's in charge of the 5 families.
Yeah, but he obviously he wants that separation between him and his old business, but with her running it. But he also can't have her in the background because he needs her in the front ground for like his party his team was saying that the traditional mayor needs the family connection kind of vibe, so he needs to work on with Vanessa.
Every so often we get these little sort of RoboCop news footages. You remember RoboCop? We have those news footages.
That's exactly what I thought about.
But we've got
oh shit, that's pretty mean.
But we've got a young journalist, BB Uric, who's been Uric's niece. And man, this is me thinking this is Disney's trying to be woke, eh? Because Ben Uric's still alive in the comics. He's one of the main characters in Daredevil.
Yeah.
He's a journalist, and he always, he's there. He's like one of the main, right? He's like Commissioner Gordon. You can't kill Commissioner Gordon. Ben Urich gets killed in the Netflix series, and now his niece is here. It's a girl, so is this an attempt to change Ben into a girl? Like have his niece be be a woman, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Instead of making her a totally new character.
Yeah.
I think that would have been better if they just made her a totally new character.
I would have been better if they just kept Ben alive. Wow, what a kill off one of the main Daredevil characters. The White Tiger. So the actor that played the White Tiger, he's actually died he had cancer.
Oh shit!
He's dead now. No, for real, the actor. Yeah, that's why they had the at the beginning dedicated to the actor's name.
Yeah.
Yeah, in the beginning. So yeah, the White Tiger. So the White Tiger, he gets powers from these amulets. So there's 2 amulets he wears, and when he puts them on, he gets agility and strength.
Shit, it kind of reminds me of Craven, and the Black Panther.
Yeah.
Oh shit!
But now I think his niece in the comic books, he's dead in the comic books, but his niece is taken over.
True.
So I mean, the niece puts the amulets on and turns into the White Tiger. Yeah. So I think this is just a character this superhero character, the White Tiger. It's just doesn't have his own comic book or anything. It's just one of the heroes that run around New York.
Yeah.
But I think this is just a character they've just grabbed from the comics to put in to be just a pawn in the whole
story.
Because Wilson Fisk, he wants to get rid of vigilantes, right? He wants to bring a vigilante law.
Yeah.
So that's just the character to enforce that law on there.
He's going to have a bit of an issue when he comes across the Defenders, apart from Iron Fist and Daredevil. Because Luke Cage and Jessica Jones, they don't really wear costumes. They just walk around like regular people. Smash the shit out of them too. Especially Jessica. Just crackle.
Because a Power Man, Luke Cage, he's the mayor of New York right now.
Hey!
In the comic books, yeah.
Oh shit, true.
Yeah.
Fuck, he'll be a better mayor. Man, that guy will. Yeah.
So I'm wondering if he'll show up in next season and battle Fisk to be mayor. Don't know.
I wouldn't be surprised if they end up entering some of the superheroes in this show, because there's quite a few heroes in New York, eh?
Yeah, no, there's a lot.
Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Because you even hear Kingpin talking about it, like how he's campaigning this thing, and he's like with a guy wearing the Spider-Man suit or the Daredevil in Hell's Kitchen. Like, oh, true.
No, there's a few. I think you got Darkhawk, and you've got Cloak and Dagger.
Yeah, they're there too.
Yeah.
Man, there's quite a few, eh?
No, there's a few. There's heaps.
But the big ones, eh? Daredevil, Spider-Man. Well, Kingpin's, arch enemies.
Yeah. Yeah, this was, this episode Optics. You're right. It's one of those episodes that move things along. It's probably an extension to episode 1 there.
Yeah.
And it's probably the reason, I think what happens is that Disney always going to bring out 2 episodes to release a series, right?
Yep.
That's been the trend there. They released 2 episodes in the beginning.
They're not the only streaming thing that's doing that too. I've noticed a few others.
The boys bring out Amazon, 3, eh?
Yeah. Amazon did 3 for Reacher.
3 for
which
each. Yeah,
I was like, whoa, it's quite a bit to take it.
yeah. So I think I think when they write the scripts for these series, they make sure that if they're gonna do a release episode 1 and 2 at the same time, they're gonna make sure they don't give us too much, and they need 2 episodes to set the table of the story, and then push
that's
on.
The reason why.
Yeah,
get the audience hooked.
Yeah, that's right. So, what was your favorite scene in part 2? My one was the infight.
Yeah, I like the infight. I also liked when his Wilson's secretary is talking to him, and he's like not even listening. He's just staring at his table, and he's talking about how one of his dad's greatest heroes sat there, was an MP for New York back in the day, and he sat at the same table and he was talking about that. And that's funny too, because we never heard him talk about his father, even on the Netflix show. We never heard. Oh, we do actually. I think he talks to Vanessa about how his dad used to beat up his mom, something like that. But yeah, but it was crack. I thought that scene was a bit of a laugh, and it was, man, how he does those things with his fingers. I always crack up with that. He's a really good actor, really awesome actor.
It's interesting that he brought that up, the mayor, because when he talked to the police commissioner at the funeral, he brought up another mayor.
Yes, that's right.
He brought up the name of a mayor that was mayor for a month.
Yeah, and he was sad about it. He was like, "Do you know that? Do you know who I'm talking about?" No, you don't know.
Yeah,
it doesn't matter. He was only a mayor for a month. I'm gonna make your season less than that.
But you see Wilson Fisk's face? He was mad.
Bro, if that was the old school Wilson, probably not even an hour or probably minutes after that, you would have killed that guy.
Yeah, and that's what makes Wilson Fisk so evil. You know, he can do things on the whim.
Yeah, but he still had the strategies in place there.
Yeah. Oh, he's a mean strategist.
Oh no, bro.
The man, the cheesesteak sandwich scene. Does that make you want to go to Philadelphia to try a cheesesteak sandwich?
Bro, I've seen the YouTube videos on cheesesteak sandwiches, mate. That's next level.
Can you get them here?
I don't think so. I don't think anyone's ever tried to attempt to do something like that.
Try and make them me, see what they taste like.
You need a massive ass grill, definitely a massive ass grill, and fine chopped meat. You can just cook it straight off the bat. That's how they do it, Genji's.
I did a little research on Geno's. You mentioned Geno's. Apparently, that's the worst place. That's not the place.
Isn't that what he said at the end of that scene where after he blackmailed the commissioner? You know how he goes, "Oh, this is another place that I like to go," and he lifted up the wrapper to show the name of the place that he went, but underneath, he had the photo of his
illegitimate son.
Yeah, I was cracking up, and then right at the end he goes, "That sandwich was disgusting." I was cracking up. Holy shit! What a crack up, dude.
Yeah, I like the line though, because he was like, "You're from Philadelphia, right?"
Yeah.
Well, I like this place just outside of Philadelphia, and he's talking about where the sun is, eh?
Yeah,
a place called blah blah blah. That's where the sun is. And he showed the photo, and I was like, "Oh yeah, I'll stay, be the commissioner."
Yeah, this kind of scenes like with Wilson, I like it.
Oh, he's electric when he's on screen, eh?
Hold on.
Every time Kingpin's on screen, man, you're watching, eh?
Hold on.
Because his presence, eh, and the way he talks, man, it's like watching Darth Vader, eh, on screen. You know, there's certain villains, eh, that just like Heath Ledger on Batman.
Oh,
there's certain villains that come on screen and just overtake everything else, eh? Like they just dominate. And every time Kingpin comes on screen, man, those are the best moments, eh? And you just want him to get out of this. If this is this reaction, if this is how Wilson Fisk is after the Echo thing, we need to take that away, right? We need to take that shit away and make him the old school Wilson Fisk again, eh? So I reckon this is what made this. Do you think this is what made his decision to become mayor of New York, because he had that healing thing to his heart?
I think they might be part of it, but I think that the other part is because he always loved you. He even said that in the TV series. I think season 1, episode 2 or 3, or whenever he hooked up with Vanessa, and he was staring at the city, and he said, "I love the city." He even one of his speeches, he said he loved you. Like so, yeah. I think Echo's healing thing is a part of it, but yeah, I think the character's love for the city is genuine. But yeah, we'll see how long it will last. Because it looks like the Kingpin and Wilson and Matt trying to find themselves again, both of them, and then see what's the end result of that.
There's a comic book story called The Last Rites. It's a Daredevil story, and it's the opposite what happened with Daredevil on Born Again. Born Again was about the destruction of Matt Murdock. Last Rites is about the destruction of Kingpin.
Wow!
And it ends with Hydra taking over all of Kingpin's empire.
Oh shit!
And at the end, it's Kingpin realizing that it was all Daredevil. He planned all that. And Kingpin becomes homeless.
Oh.
And yeah, so it's the opposite. And there's a scene at the end where he gets confronted by one of his mafia guys in the warehouse, and because Kingpin's like he's beaten and he's like homeless and he's down, but he used to like he took out his eye. He took out that mob guy his eye out because he did something wrong like earlier on. Earlier on. So it was this chance for this mob guy to like, haha, look at you've got nothing now, you know. And then, but for some reason, like Kingpin's last act, he kills him. He takes his cane and he stabs it through him and lifts him up and throws him away. And then there's blood on the floor. Kingpin goes on his knees and puts his hands in the blood, and then looks at his bleeding hands, and says, "Born again."
Oh, true.
So he's got some of his ruthlessness back.
Yeah.
So and now he's gonna start from scratch. So I'm wondering if
gonna do the same thing here.
I'm wondering if what happened in Echo, taking away his trauma, and that just gave him a little bit of normality, sort of thing, like his compassion to go to be mere. Like he's lost some of his ruthlessness with the Echo thing. All he can do is probably do something good, what he thinks, and go for mere. But in the same time, he doesn't want to lose what he's got. He doesn't want to lose his empire. So that's why Vanessa takes over, right? So he can do his mere thing while his wife takes care of his real business, right? So maybe Born Again is referring to Kingpin as well. Like Kingpin is going to find a way to get back to his old self when he had the trauma. And it's not necessarily bringing his trauma back to him, but to find it without the trauma.
Yeah.
So I think we're going to see little bits of that ruthlessness come through, and we saw it in this episode with the photo of the illegitimate son for the police commissioner area. So yeah, it's slowly but surely. But I think at the end of the day, I think I think it's all planned, the death of Foggy thing. Even though he said he didn't do it, I think he did do it.
Ooh, damn. If that's the case, Murdock was going to lose his shit.
Yeah.
He's going to go absolutely mental. And where Wilson positioned himself with the therapist, I think that was done on purpose as well. As more like a backup plan if Murdock does play up. You can always suggest that if you want to keep your therapist free and healthy, you might have to do another sandwich with a photo underneath it. Shit, man.
Yeah. Man, that's all I got. Anything else? Any last words for Daredevil?
Nah. I just can't wait for the next episode tomorrow. See where that goes. Especially after Matt killing there's 2 cops. Oh, one more thing. I noticed that one of the cops had a tattoo.
Punisher tattoo.
Yeah, if I recall, wasn't there a comic book with like vigilante cops trying to act like the Punisher? I don't know if I'm right or wrong. I'm sure there was an issue where Frank was confronted by cops that are trying to be like him, but it's like a gang.
I think so. I think I vaguely remember that.
Yeah, I remember seeing something like that, a comic book like that, where these cops are trying to be like him, but they're like a bunch of vigilantes or something.
Yeah,
and they're going around killing, like they're absolutely corrupt, but they're killing people as well.
Like Dirty Harry, Magnum Force.
Yeah,
there's killer cops on the bikes, you know. And Dirty Harry has to find them. Yeah.
Dirty Harry. Man.
Magnum Force, man. There's crooked cops on their bikes. Yeah, that's interesting because I was thinking they're because the Punisher. See, the thing is with the Punisher, like we see him as this anti-hero, and we see him as cool because he's no mercy on any kind of criminal. He'll kill them for murdering for that incident that happened that murdered his family.
Yeah.
So he's on a war with criminals, and he'll kill everyone, and that sort of will inspire maybe some cops to do some bad stuff. And this is probably why they got those tattoos, because they're inspired by the Punisher's what the Punisher means to them, or what the Punisher does. You know, it's against the law what the Punisher's doing, but because it is a vigilante, but he's not beating criminals up; he's actually killing them.
Yes.
You know, if vigilantes like Spider-Man, Daredevil should inspire other people like the White Tiger to put the costume on and fight crime. Like, what is the Punisher inspiring?
Yeah, I think there was. I just watched a bit of. I rewatched a bit of season 2 on the Daredevil, and there was one of the issues they were trying to contemplate. What's the difference between the Punisher and the Daredevil? And both those characters clash, and they explain why they do this and why they do that. And Punisher's like, say, you go around in your skimpy outfit and you get beat up these criminals. Day or 6 months from now, they're back on the street. I go around and I shoot them. They stay down. I was like, damn. He's got a good point. Should try and pass some of their wisdom over to Batman.
Nah, you know why they're superheroes.
Yeah, hard.
So that's us then. Hey, that's us till next time.
Frank might turn up, because
I hope so.
Yeah, if those guys are, if that's the case, and these cops are vigilantes and they're trying to murder everybody they come across, it won't be long. Frank will be knocking on their door. And if that's the case, there will be some action going on.
Yep.
Did I just say action? Fuck.
That's a cue to go sleep. Okay. Yeah, we're done, man. We're done. We'll do it again. Next episode of Daredevil will come out tomorrow. We'll probably jump on and do this maybe Friday.
Yeah.
Or Saturday. Depending.
Sounds good.
Depending what time. Are you gonna be busy tomorrow and Thursday? Tomorrow we'll be watching it. So.
Yeah. We'll see how I go on Thursday. I'll give you. I'll let you know on Thursday.
Okay, thanks for jumping on. That's us.
Yeah. Bye.